If you keep waking up tired, dragging yourself through the day, and wondering why even rest doesn't seem to fix it, this video is for you. Subscribe if you like honest psychology explained in a way that actually feels useful. Because today I want to talk about something a lot of people get completely wrong. Most of the time, you're not exhausted because your body is weak. You're exhausted because your brain is running habits that quietly drain your energy all day long. And the worst part is, a lot of these habits look normal, they look productive, they look responsible, they even look harmless. But over time, they train your nervous system to stay tense, scattered, and overloaded. So let's get into the 5 habits that make you feel tired all the time, even when it seems like you should be fine. The first habit is starting your day in reaction mode. This one destroys people before the day even begins. You wake up, reach for your phone, check messages, scroll, look at the time, maybe open social media, maybe check something important. And within 3 minutes, your brain is no longer waking up naturally. It's defending itself. It's comparing, scanning, reacting, responding. Before your body even gets a chance to feel the room, the light, the morning, your mind is already dealing with other people's priorities, other people's moods, other people's noise, and that changes the entire tone of the day. Because when you begin in reaction mode, your nervous system never gets to start from zero. It starts from mild threat, mild urgency, mild pressure, and mild pressure repeated every morning becomes chronic exhaustion. A lot of people think they need more motivation in the morning. Usually they need less invasion. They need 10 quiet minutes where the brain is allowed to wake up before the world starts touching it. If your first daily habit is letting the entire internet and everyone you know walk straight into your nervous system, of course you feel tired. Your brain is opening 40 tabs before breakfast. The second habit is treating every unfinished thing like a background alarm. This is one of the biggest hidden energy drains in modern life. You're not just tired from what you do, you're tired from what stays open in your head while you do it. The email you still need to answer, the task you've been avoiding, the message you don't know how to reply to, the call you need to make, the thing you should have started 3 days ago. Each one sits quietly in the background, and your brain keeps checking it like a security guard walking past the same locked door over and over again. It doesn't look dramatic from the outside. You can still function, you can still work, you can still talk normally. But inside, your system is carrying 10 little pockets of tension all day. And people underestimate what that does to energy. Open loops are exhausting because the brain hates uncertainty. It hates not knowing when something will be handled. So instead of relaxing, it keeps the issue slightly active. That low-grade activation is expensive. It's like having 10 apps draining your battery in the background, even when your screen looks clean. And the reason this habit gets so bad is because people confuse avoidance with relief. They think, if I don't deal with it right now, I can relax. But in reality, the task follows them mentally and steals energy anyway. The fix is not becoming some perfect productivity machine. The fix is learning to close small loops fast, or at least park them somewhere concrete so your brain stops guarding them like unresolved threats. The third habit is using stimulation to replace real recovery. This one is everywhere. You feel tired, so you reach for something that gives you a quick lift: coffee, scrolling, YouTube, music, sugar, constant background content. And for a few minutes it works. You feel more awake, more switched on, more able to keep going. But that's not true recovery. That's borrowed activation. That's your brain being pushed, not restored. Real recovery lowers the noise in the system. Fake recovery covers the noise with stronger input. And the reason people get trapped here is because real recovery can feel uncomfortable at first. Silence feels weird. Sitting still feels weird. A walk without a phone feels weird. Going outside without stimulation feels empty. Why? Because when your nervous system has been fed constant input for too long, calm starts to feel unfamiliar, and unfamiliar can feel wrong. So instead of resting, you keep dosing yourself with little bursts of stimulation all day, and then wonder why your mind still feels fried by evening. It's the same reason someone can sit on the couch for 2 hours and still feel strangely unrested. The body stopped moving, but the brain never stopped working. It kept processing, reacting, consuming, comparing. That's not rest. That's just being tired in a seated position. If all your breaks still keep your mind artificially engaged, they don't refill you. They just delay the crash. The fourth habit is self-monitoring all day long without realizing it. This one is deeply exhausting, and a lot of people don't even know they're doing it. Self-monitoring is when part of your brain is constantly watching you while you live. How do I sound? Did that message sound weird? Am I doing enough? Am I behind? Do they seem annoyed? Did I look awkward? Was that the wrong tone? Should I have said that differently? It's like walking around with a second version of yourself following you everywhere, taking notes, evaluating everything in real time. And that is a brutal way to live because you're never just doing the thing. You're doing the thing while also being observed internally. You're not just talking to someone, you're talking and grading yourself. You're not just working. You're working and measuring whether you're working well enough. You're not just resting. You're resting and feeling guilty that you should maybe be doing something else. This habit drains enormous energy because the brain is forced to split attention all day. One part is trying to live. The other part is trying to prevent mistakes, embarrassment, failure, judgment, wasted time, and regret. People often think this is responsibility or self-awareness. Usually it's hypervigilance in a nice outfit. It's the nervous system saying, if I keep watching myself closely enough, maybe nothing bad will happen. But something bad does happen. You get tired all the time because a brain that never stops supervising itself never really gets to relax into life. It stays in low-level defense mode. The fifth habit is making rest feel earned instead of necessary. This one quietly ruins people for years. A lot of us grow up with this invisible rule that rest is only allowed after enough effort, enough suffering, enough achievement. So even when you technically have time to slow down, your body doesn't receive rest as safe. It receives it as suspicious. You sit down and instead of relaxing, you start feeling guilty. You lie in bed and instead of unwinding, your brain starts listing what you haven't done yet. You take a break and part of you feels like you're getting away with something. That means your system never experiences rest as recovery. It experiences rest as moral tension. And that ruins the whole point because recovery only happens when the body believes the danger is over. If you rest while feeling guilty, you are not actually off duty. You're still on duty emotionally. A lot of people who say, I rested all weekend and still feel tired, are not lying. They really did stop working. But they did not stop carrying pressure. They did not stop justifying their existence. They did not stop feeling mentally chased. So the nervous system stayed tight, and tight systems don't recover well. This is why some people feel more refreshed after 1 hour of truly permission-based rest than after a full day of guilty downtime. The body can recover from effort. What it struggles to recover from is constant internal pressure. So if you're always tired, stop treating it like a personal failure and start looking at the habits that keep your nervous system slightly under attack all day. Because most of the time, exhaustion is not coming from one dramatic problem. It's coming from repeated patterns that look normal, but quietly teach your brain that it never gets to fully switch off. If your mornings begin with reaction, your mind is full of open loops, your breaks are just more stimulation, your attention is constantly split by self-monitoring, and your rest feels like something you have to earn, then of course sleep alone won't fix it. You're not just tired from doing too much. You're tired from never fully coming out of defense mode. And the good news is that means this can change, not through some huge life reset, but by removing one drain at a time and teaching your system what real recovery actually feels like again. Because the moment your brain stops treating everyday life like a low-level threat, your energy starts coming back. And that's when you realize the problem was never that you were lazy. The problem was that your mind never felt off duty